What's up everyone, Justin with AmericanMuscle.com here with our latest installment of Mustang news. Now, full disclosure, it's been a little while since we fired up the old news machine, but a few things have dropped recently within the last couple of weeks, so we figured we'd go over them, bring you guys up to speed, and get you involved in the discussion. The first of which was this latest news that all but confirmed when we will see the next iteration of the Mustang, which is codenamed S650. Now, this news comes to us from LinkedIn of all places, and it quickly got blasted around the web, including on Mustang650.com, where the discussion quickly took off. Now, the posting, originally listed by Ford Motor Company, was in search of what is called PVT, or a Plant Vehicle Team Engineer, to help in the area of wind and road noise. But the juiciest little detail was found down in the responsibilities portion, which calls out a 2023 model year launching in 2022. Now, the news of an eventual S650 coming wasn't really unexpected, right? We had all been hearing these rumors for some time, but this is the first bit of hard data we are seeing in regards to when it will actually become a reality. So what do we know about this S650? Well, not a whole lot, to be honest. Now, in my opinion, there are going to be two possibilities at play here. The first of which is going to be that the S650 will be a pretty substantial departure aesthetically from what we've seen with the 15 through 20 model year cars, but without totally scrapping the basic chassis or architecture. Think of it something like the situation of the SN95, right? Spanned a total of 10 years altogether from 94 to 04 and looked one way from 1994 to 1998 before getting a pretty heavy transformation with that new edge body style in 1999. My gut tells me this is going to be the more realistic plan, but certainly not the most exciting. The second plan is a little bit more radical and a lot more exciting, with the Mustang possibly moving from the D2C platform to the newer, more modular CD6 platform. Now, for those who don't know, the D2C platform stands for D-Class two-door coupe, which basically was the sole platform for the 05 to 14 S197 Mustang, before being slightly tweaked a bit for the S550 and its independent rear suspension. Now, the CD6 platform is Ford's newest baby. They've invested a lot of money into it, and it's designed to be modular in nature, meaning it could be set up for front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, gas-powered, hybrid, you name it, there are a lot of possibilities, and is currently being utilized by the Explorer. Now, this rumor was actually started by Ford chief designer Daryl Bemmer in an interview dating back to August of 2018, where he was quoted in saying that, quote, "The modular architectures will still give us flexibility, but it's not going to bastardize the Mustang," end quote. Apparently, this interview happened long before they decided to call this thing a Mustang. But in all honesty, the switch to the CD6 platform would be a game changer and would make the way for both a hybrid and all-wheel drive architecture if Ford wanted to go down that road. Not only that, but the change in platform would almost guarantee a pretty drastic change to the Mustang appearance as we currently know it. Now, one thing is for certain, with a 2022 release, it's only a matter of time before we start seeing these things running around the streets of Dearborn heavily camoed up. Speaking of camo, how about that transition? The latest test mule spied on the streets of Michigan is this bad boy right here. Now, the early rumors are that this is possibly the new Mach-1, which will eventually take the place of the Bullet, but that is yet to be confirmed by Ford. Now, the Mach-1 has been gone since the 2003 and 2004 cars, where it followed the Bullet in 2001. And you know Ford, you know they have the tendency to repeat history with this type of thing. As for the car itself, well, obviously the rumors are all over the place, as you would expect about this as well. I've seen people saying cross-plane 5.2, high compression, possibly the Tremec DCT, and honestly guys, I'm not buying all of that. Personally, I think this is gonna be another parts bin car with some minor aesthetic tweaks and a bit more power over the standard GT, much like the Bullet was. And if the mule in these photos is any indication, that's exactly what it's gonna be. We've got the Performance Pack 2 wheels and Sport Cup 2 tires on snowy Michigan roads, mind you. Yikes, brave soul. Red Brembos front and rear from the Bullet, the swing pulled from the Shelby in the rear, along with that rear valance and these beautiful large quad tips. We're also looking at a pretty heavily camoed up front end, just namely around the fog light and turn signal area. Now, if this was to be a Mach 1, I would assume those PP2 wheels would easily be replaced by something a little bit more fitting of a specialty model, and that camoed up front end would lend itself to the minor aesthetic tweaks we mentioned earlier. Ultimately, that's really all we've got on this thing for now, but as always, we want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is the newest iteration of the Mustang Mach 1? And if so, what do you think is going to be unique here? What's power in this thing? What are your transmission choices? Drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Finally, before we get out of here, I do want to give a quick shout out to everyone who is pushing the boundaries with the new 2020 GT500, but especially the crew at Evolution Performance and Lund Racing, who recently reset the quarter-mile record with a blistering 9:59 at 152 miles an hour, which is absolutely flying and technically now requires a parachute. Now, considering just how far these guys and others have come with the new Shelby in a matter of weeks is really impressive to say the least, and just says a lot about the capabilities of the new GT500. Something tells me it's just going to be a matter of time before we start seeing these things crack into the 8-second barrier. But either way, guys, that's going to do it for me. We hope you enjoyed this short but sweet episode of Mustang News. As always, get involved in the discussion. Let us know your thoughts on the S650. Let us know your thoughts on the new Mach 1. We always love hearing from you. Thanks for watching again. I'm Justin. And remember, for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.